is called Tan's house. I'm estimating this to take 2 class periods to work on. So the situation is this. Tan is an architect who builds houses like the one shown on the next page, based on tangram shapes. He needs to construct a set of tangram pieces whose sides measure 3 times the length of the sides on the original set. How might he do this? So your materials today are going to be quite a bit, and you can get them from your baskets. We have obviously the tangrams. Your tangrams are going to be all the same color, but you should still have the basic 7 pieces. Yeah, so you've got your 2 big triangles and then the smaller pieces. So each of you should have your own set. You're also going to need a ruler. You'll need a sheet of white construction paper, a sheet of colored construction paper, and you can share papers because you're not going to need the whole sheet, and protractors to help also get your right angles done correctly. So part 1, and you're working in teams for this. Create a model of Tan's house using your tangrams. So you're going to make this image with your tangram pieces. Using your ruler, measure and enter the lengths of the sides of each piece on the appropriate lines. Measure the lengths in centimeters. So you've got your house that you're going to create with the tangram pieces, and you've also got the instructions that looks like this, and you've got your chart. On your chart, like I said, you need to find side 1, side 2, side 3, and side 4 of the pieces that you have, measuring to the nearest centimeter. So you have the square, you have the little triangle, medium triangle, large triangle, and the parallelogram. So getting each of those pieces of information in there to the nearest centimeter. After you've done that, part 2 is working with a partner. Use your tangram set as a blueprint to construct a larger set of tangram pieces. Make the ratio of the side lengths of each plastic tangram piece to the side length of the corresponding piece 1 to 3. So as we talked about unit rates and ratios, your original was size 1. Your new one needs to be 3 times larger than that. So enter the side lengths of the new pieces onto the table. So you've got a second table now. If the square originally was 2 centimeters on a length, well, side 1, if that was side 1, if it was originally 2, well, now it's going to be 6 because your ratio is, like I said, 1 to 3. So if it was 2, now it's 6. If the triangle was 8, and again, I'm making these up, so don't write these down. If the triangle were 8 centimeters, if the triangle were 8 centimeters originally, well, 8 times 3 is 24 centimeters. And you're going to fill in the chart all over again. So that's your part 2, and again, you're able to work with a partner to help get this chart filled in. Everything is a ratio of 1 to 3, 1 centimeter to 3 centimeters. After you've done that, part 3, construct the new pieces on a sheet of white paper and cut them out. You may need to use a protractor to make sure the angles of your new piece are congruent to the original pieces. So remember, congruent, remember what that means. Do not just draw. If you're trying to draw a square, do not freehand draw a square. You need to draw your original line. Again, if your new square is supposed to be 6 centimeters on one side, get a ruler and measure down 6 straight centimeters. Get a protractor or another straight edge to make sure you have a right angle and draw 6 on each side for that square. Part of your grade will be the accuracy of your angles. So make sure each part is the right angle. And all of these, the squares anyway, just make sure the angles are congruent to the ones you've already got. You might even help to slide in that piece, the original piece, to make sure you have the right angles going, because the angle is not going to change. So if I put in that square, I can trace the edge of that square to make sure that I'm on the right track of the angle. So once you've constructed all 7 new pieces, then you can assemble this onto construction paper of another color using the glue sticks. So I would expect to see a whole new Tan's house on a piece of construction paper, each piece cut out and then glued back on. After you've done that, your last piece of information, is to answer the questions on the page. And again, you are working with a partner. You have 2 days to work on this. If you don't finish by the end of the day, Wednesday, then you can work on this during Smart Lunch or if you finish other work in math class.